Great. So I'm not sure how many of you had the opportunity to come by and say hello, but there's been a whole slew of people passing by all morning, and it's pretty phenomenal. I've never seen anything quite like this, and I don't get the opportunity to meet with students very often. So this is a really cool opportunity to meet with those that actually are using our resources. The library asked us to join and share the resources that they currently subscribe to. So thanks for coming by to hear what we have to share. It's a phenomenal opportunity if you're looking for medical resources. Everything really from like a nurse practitioner through medical school. We have content within our different subscriptions. And the beauty is it's all free for students or faculty. So this is nothing I'm showing you would need to be purchased or paid for. And you can access it from home on our own site. So if anything I show you today kind of piques your interest, definitely jump in. I went to the library's page just to see here. You know, I Googled Weill Cornell and looked at AccessMedicine, and this looks like the entry to get in. The libraries I know have great A to Z's or LibGuides, so I would recommend checking those out. Just to ensure everything goes smoothly, I'm using my profile account here. And even with the internet, you never totally know if things go smoothly, but let's hope. So, AccessMedicine, for those of you that are familiar with it or are not familiar with it, it's ultimately a collection including texts, videos, cases, and there's tons of study tools. So if you're a medical student, it's a great place to go. You're also maybe going to find some books in here that required readings. So I'm sure it's going to save you some money from maybe purchasing those physical books. I don't know if anyone from the bookstores here, but don't tell them I said that. So
this is a great site. Absolutely the best for students. I always tell them to do it.
Yeah, and I'm showing you AccessMedicine here, but one thing to note is that the library has a phenomenal collection. We cover all, it's hard to see with the small font now, but we cover all the major medical specialties. So anesthesiology, emergency medicine, surgery, neurology, pediatrics, physical therapy, and even more.
These are like curated sites?
They're curated sites that would have McGraw's Hill's basically greatest hits.
Okay, so but everything is available in the main, you don't have to go to the specific.
Right, you can search and do everything. So I'm not sure if there are medical students in here today or we have one at least, maybe some that are interested, maybe some that are looking seats to hang out and rest. But I mean, from a faculty or medical student's perspective, if I was to have access to this, you know, one thing I'd be worried about is my scores, right? So I'd probably go in here and start taking some practice exams. So with McGraw Hill's AccessMedicine and any of these sites, you have access to over 10,000 Q&A. I believe there's even more. The sites are constantly updated, so there's more content always being added, and you're always going to have the latest edition. So let's just say, you know, I'm in here, and my scores are always terrible because I am not a medical student. I'm not even really a student. So here's one recently. This is a good one. So I took a 25-question practice quiz, and I scored it looks like it was a 36%. Not so hot. So if I went through and I looked at
so how do you get to the quiz from the topic in the book?
Yeah, you could do it from in the book, or you could go. I'll show you in a bit. You could go through the study tools as a way to get into that.
Okay.
And you have the option to take a random quiz, or you can pick the subjects that you'd like to study, or from the books you'd like to study.
And as a faculty, can I prepare a quiz? And I tell the students go there and take this quiz.
Sure.
I can can decide which questions I want in the quiz from a faculty database.
Yeah. So you would just choose which questions you want. You would save that, and you can share it out through the links to your students.
I didn't know that.
And the students can do the same. If they want to show you their results, I would never show you my 36, but they could do that too. So, you know, if you go through this and you're looking, we do offer detailed explanations on why you got the question right or wrong. you're going to be like, well, maybe I need to focus on a certain topic here. So let's do some refresher, right? So I'm going to go back into AccessMedicine's homepage. I'll just do it from the search bar here. And let's say I need to work on atrial fibrillation. And for those of us that are not medically inclined with our spelling, it does auto-suggest. It does help you with spelling. And I love that. So it's like a Google search, right? We're going to do just a broad search. It's taking everything that's in McGraw Hill's world.
To access this, you just use the CV from the hospital, or
If you go through the library,
Or go
you
through the
don't need
library.
Yeah.
you don't need a CV. If you're in the hospital, you can go directly. If you are outside, it asks you to sign in for the process.
Okay.
Otherwise, you can just
So
it's
we
in the main
on the back end in McGraw Hill world, at least that's how I picture it. I work from a home office most of the time, but in McGraw Hill world, they have all the IPs stored. So when you're on site, you just log in, visit AccessMedicine, and you should be able to get on.
It's linked also from the main page of the library.
So if your practice exam didn't go too well, and you determine atrial fibrillation is really what you need to do, you're going to get some results here. This is looking at everything in the content. Harrison's, the latest edition of the Harrison's Principles of Internal Medicine, is a landmark text. This is a great chapter to go through. So let's go through. We're going to reread. We're going to learn on those kind of key concepts that we maybe didn't have the background information on. Any of this information in here can be pulled out of AccessMedicine or any of the Access sites to be used in presentations, in lectures. They can be shared to Canvas. You can use this information as long as it's for educational purposes or within the license agreement. There's some bits that you can do as well once you're in it. If you love this chapter and you want to save it as a PDF from maybe a place where you don't have access to the internet, you can save these chapters in PDF format. You know, it's great on the train or something like that. You also have the ability to listen. So if you want, it's not audible, but it's pretty good.
It's part of the connection.
Yeah, this
I can take picture and use in my lectures without problem.
Without problem. Yeah, so you actually, here's one, you can download it into PowerPoint right away. You can save it as a favorite too, so that would be saved within your account if you create one. The accounts are free to create too. I definitely recommend doing that. So if we go through this chapter and we read and we're feeling pretty confident, a great way to follow it up and kind of learn a little bit more might be visually. So we would do a search and maybe determine a video. And one that I really like here that seems phenomenal is from Goodman and Gilman's, and this is on antiarrhythmic drugs, illustrating some of the key concepts and how they block reentrant circuits. So we can watch this animation with lecture again. If
to block the formation of a reentrant circuit, or to block the circuit after it is formed.
So I won't play that whole video for us, but there's some information here. If we want to get more details, a table's included as well from Goodman and Gilman's. So this would be our table related to the antiarrhythmic drugs. Okay, so we're feeling pretty good now. So we're probably going to score well on our practice exam now, I would imagine. You know, before we do it, maybe we're going to look at some of the other tools in AccessMedicine. So we've also housed some flashcards, and these are just where you could go and just flip through a lot of different flashcards, or you could pull up some clinical videos. So in the multimedia section, we have really, I don't even know how many, but thousands upon thousands of different multimedia, from full human anatomy to heart and lung sounds to physical exams. And the physical exams were always the sleeper. Nobody ever used these. And then April 2020 came about and nobody could be in the clinical setting. And all of a sudden our usage within the physical exams went through the roof. It's certainly the next best thing to actually being in clinic. So these physical exams, watching a chest examination might just put you over the edge, and we'll go back, retake our exam, So I can actually go into here and retake that same exam if I want. When I click in the corner, my name's up there and it says my dashboard. This is, once you have a free personalized account, that's really like your homepage, your feed. So you can save favorites, you can download PDFs, you can take quizzes, you can do cases, and that's where you kind of use as your main feed area. So here's my very terrible score of 36. I'm going to go in there. And at the bottom, where we have our results, there's an option to retake. And it's going to give us that same exact quiz. And I'm hoping, now that I've read up on some of those chapters I really needed to focus on, my score will be better. So within AccessMedicine, and I've been using AccessMedicine because it's probably the most popular, but all of the different specialties will suit your needs, whether it's within your different rounds or whether you're just in your preclinical years. We have content here. I looked at the library subscriptions, and with everything that's included here at the library, you have access to over 700 of the core McGraw-Hill textbooks. Most students probably don't know that, and most students are probably buying some of these used on Amazon or from the bookstore. I would definitely encourage you to take a look at what the library is offering because it's free. And I brought a Harrison's and a current medical diagnosis treatment and USMLE Step 1 books with me today for raffle prizes. And my bag has never been heavier. I can't wait to give them away.
But USMLE Step 1 is also here.
So that subscription is housed not within AccessMedicine, but it's in the USMLE Step collection.
Okay.
So similar manifest.
It's free access.
Free access through the library. You can download a PDF. And I mean, the raffle gifts that we have today, I've had at least 3 students ask me if they could buy it from me today. And I give them raffle tickets, say, well, I hope you win. So, but also you have this through the library for free. So, you know, my goal today was really to show you a few things that might save you some time.
Sorry, can you go back to the chapter, Harrison chapter on AFib?
Yeah.
And you can take quizzes directly from the chapter?
No, well, so the best way to do if you wanted a specific textbook and specific questions is to go to the study tools, and then you would click on review questions, and this will give you the opportunity.
And you can just search for AFib and it's gonna.
Well, we could do a search as well, yeah. So there's a lot of ways to skin a cat, right? We can go through the specific book. So if it was within Harrison's, we can choose Harrison's and choose the subject that we would like, and choose how many questions we'd like from that topic. Or we could actually do a general cross search and pull that up. So like one great example here is I did a search.
One T.
Thank you. My spell checker is not working. My internet connection, I'm not getting through on the events, so I'm doing this off my phone, but it's working okay. So it's acting a little funky, but so this is the general search. But one thing I love is, and I don't know if you all use it, I'm sure you do, but you know when you do a Google search and you want images, you click on the images tab. When you want news or maps, you click on those. So within all of our different subscriptions, we have similar where if we want images or patient education or infographics or cases, we can click on these. And then that's going to be more of an advanced search. So in this case, a great area to go if we're looking for a case is within the case files series. And here we're given a real patient vignette. And we're given some information. We're going to have some questions on leading forward, where the student can fill in, or the faculty can use this in their curriculum. When we go through the clinical pearls and the references and that, we do get to some comprehension questions at the end of this.
So as part of the licensing, I can use that question straight. I don't need to ask permission.
No, this is all part of the license through the library for education purposes. And if you're really into this, certainly listening to physicians and their approach to diagnosis and different treatments is phenomenal. If you can listen to it, we have been adding to a Harrison's podcast. So if you like podcasts, it's a great way to just listen on the go. I listened to one coming here today. So the Harrison podcasts are new and we're releasing a series pretty frequently. So that would be a good one to check out. But I know we're about out of time. So thanks for joining. If you have more questions, I'm in the back room. Come by, say hello. And but thanks again for this excellent opportunity. It's great to be here.